Let's be honest, times are insane right now, and there's tons of people that are losing their jobs. They can't depend on one source of income anymore, and it's really about to go down if you're not prepared. So, we're going to go ahead and react to some videos off of why people are losing their jobs and why the economy is the way it is and what you should do about it. Let's go ahead and get into the first video.
The economy is so bad, even the rich people are losing their jobs. One of my wealthy clients lost his job 2 weeks ago. It sucks too, because I mean, on a personal, kind of selfish level, I was about to sell a project to him that was gonna make me like $15,000. So I'm like, man, like, hey, how's it going? Like, what's up? Like, and I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it because it was gonna make me some money, right? But this guy I've built a relationship with, he kind of understands my business model, what I'm trying to do. He's like, man, you're gonna make it one day. I like what you're talking about. He's like, but it's hard running a business. He said, I used to run a landscaping business, and eventually I gave it up, and I started working office job. And I get that you don't like office jobs. I was like, dude, I was telling him, I can't do office jobs no more. I hate the stupid meetings. I hate the hierarchy. I hate going into the office. I hate all of it. He's like, man, I get it. But he's like, just hear me out. He's like, you have an engineering degree, go back to the office. You could work a job, after a few years and you raise up the ranks a bit, you won't have to be in the office as much. You might be able to be a little bit hybrid. Like, look at me. I don't go in all the time. And, I'm making very good money right now. I'm like, he's probably around like the 200K mark. So I hit him up, and because I've been following up for about a month and a half now, because he's like, I want to do this. I need to do this. He owns a fourplex. So it's like a nice fourplex in the South Bay in California Bay Area. So it's bringing in money. And I'm like, hey, so what's the most recent updates? Like, man, I got laid off. I was like, damn. Like, I felt bad for him. I also felt bad for me. But think about that. Like, he was telling me, oh yeah, you basically conform. Whole time I'm telling him, no, you gotta have a business because you need a backup. The economy is bad. You cannot purely rely on just having a job anymore.
100% agree with this. It's crazy that his friend went through this scenario. I don't wish that upon anybody to get laid off and they don't have a backup. Most people look at a backup, though, as a college degree or some sort of savings. And even though those are things that you can use, those are tools, that's like bringing a screwdriver to a nail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a hammer for a nail. All right. You need to make sure that you have a screwdriver and a hammer. Okay. And a power drill. Okay. And it's not because a degree, your education, or having a saving isn't a backup. It's more important for you to understand how money really works. Your job uses you as a tool in order for them to generate more income. And that's why they're able to pay you the money they pay you, because you essentially are a part of a big machine that essentially makes a lot more money than what you're paid. And that is how businesses stay profitable. And that's how they're able to continue hiring. And that's how they're able to not have layoffs in certain scenarios. The problem is we were raised in a society, and it's not your fault, but now that you know this, it has to start now. You have to understand that businesses and corporations will make the best decisions for themselves. They'll lay off people if they have to. They won't give you a raise if they don't want to. And they will make sure that they pay the people they want to keep the most amount of money. They will make sure that those people get paid, and they will push you and kick you to the curb. So the truth is, you need to make sure that you have your own plan as a separate source of income. Not a large savings, because all you can do with money is either invest it or spend it. Money is not a real thing. It's a green sheet of paper, and it represents value exchange, which is exactly why it's important for you to have a business, because when you have a business, you have a separate stream of income. If you do get laid off, you're not just relying on your savings, you also have money coming in. You have cash flow. And that's why the easiest way, in my own experience, the easiest way for you to get started in business is by using this metal rectangular thing you got right now, the thing that you're holding, or the laptop you're watching this on, or the tablet that you're watching this on. Why? Because you already have the knowledge. You're knowledgeable in something. You already have a career in something, which shows that you are profitable with your knowledge. The problem is you're relying on an umbilical cord towards your job, and that's the only source that you're getting fed from. That's the only source that you depend on to get an income that supplies you with the lifestyle that you have. And most people use up their paycheck and live paycheck to paycheck because they have expenses as this high and they try to keep up, but their income is right here, but their expenses are higher or their expenses at the same level. You see, if you want to have a lifestyle of freedom, if you want to retire early, if you want to make sure that you enjoy luxuries, because let's be honest here, I love nice things too. I don't want to downgrade my life, but I do understand sometimes I'm going to have to downgrade at certain levels in order for me to invest into myself for a better outcome. And no, that ain't like, yes, you should have like a retirement account, but at the same time, I'm not talking about waiting until I'm 50 or 60 some years old in order for me to get that and touch that money. I'm good. I'm not waiting on that income to hit for me to live a life of freedom. And I know you're not either if you're watching this video. So it's important for you to start something, an asset, okay, that gives you income as you go along month by month. And the easiest way for you to do that is get your knowledge and turn it into a digital offer, a digital asset that solves a problem for people online. All right, let's get into the next video. Let's see what she is talking about.
The economy is so bad, even the rich people are losing.
When will we finally decide to do something different? When will we finally decide to do a different move in the playbook? We know that they are causing an economic recession. We know that that's happening. Every doomsday economist has been talking about it. Every person who watches the news, any person who's seen the price of eggs understands.
What is it with people in the price of eggs, bro? I just like, it behooves me to hear people complain about eggs. I heard this quote one time where it talked about the wealthy and the poor. Somewhere in this world, you got somebody complaining about the price of eggs. Oh, the price of eggs is so much. And then somewhere in this world, on this planet that you live on, somebody else has a problem with the price of building a new garage for their 17th car. Which problem would you rather have? I just don't understand the mindset behind it. Oh, the price of eggs are rising. So like, if this offends you, good. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I just don't think it's a healthy mindset or a wealthy mindset for you to look at the price of eggs and then, oh, the economy is doing bad because the price of eggs and the gas keeps going up. Everything has gone up since it's always began. Like, can we just accept that here? Everything has gone up. My mom, my dad used to go to the movies or used to get soda for like 10 cents or 25 cents or something like that, right? Guess what? They also got paid less. Guess what? Minimum wage was a total different price back then as well. Let's be honest. Inflation is real. Let's be honest. If you made more money, then you wouldn't have to look at the price of eggs and be like, hey, the price of eggs going up, man. The economy is, man, what? The price of eggs? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That we are essentially running towards a recession. But who always suffers in a recession?
Oh, man, I was about to say it, but I didn't want to assume, but I'm proven right. Okay? This is called being a victim. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. I don't care what race, what size, I don't care about any of that. We all have the same 24 hours. The person that makes $1 million in a month and the person that makes $2,000 in a month has the same 24 hours. And I know you've heard it before and you might be like, well, Jay, some people have kids and some people have more responsibilities. Great. That gives you more motivation to value your time, but most people don't value that either. Most people, when it's time for a break, they drink. Most people, they go out on the weekend. Most people, they watch Netflix, watch sports, play video games. You're doing all the consuming and very little producing. The only producing you do is either, maybe this isn't you, okay? So don't take it personal, but if this is you, then be offended by it, please. because this mindset has to change. People are victims out here, man. Oh, well, the ones that's gonna suffer, or like there's nobody who's wealthy that's been poor before. Like there's nobody who's wealthy now who has struggled with money. I'm telling y'all about the struggle that I've had. I have made over 6 figures in the online space with my own knowledge and turning that into a digital asset. I did it with fitness, and now I'm doing it with teaching other people how to create their own digital asset off their own knowledge. Okay? I'm here to tell you that I've been around wealthy people, $30,000 a month, okay? $50,000 a month, $70,000 a month. And I've been around people who complain, oh, well, she's playing victim. She's playing victim. If you catch yourself saying, well, we're suffering, you're not suffering. You need to understand that there's 2 ways out of this. Decrease your living expenses and increase the amount of money you make with the time that you're given. You need to make sure that you make money faster. There's not a job out here that's probably going to pay you $5,000 in 30 minutes. But there is a platform that you can share your knowledge on, and people will pay you $2,000 or $5,000 for in 30 minutes. Your problem is you don't think it's possible because you're not around the right people. Your problem is you don't think it's possible because you've been told a lie that money is hard to get. You don't think it's possible because you think that you have to have a degree. You don't think it's possible because you think you have to be a guru. You don't think it's possible because you never made that amount of money in that a time frame, so it doesn't correlate with you well. It's like, well, $5,000 for what I know? Why would somebody want to pay me that? Why wouldn't they? And more importantly, how can they? Not how can they come up with the $5,000? It's more about how can they pay you $5,000? What are you going to give them in order for them to happily give you $5,000? You're not a victim. I'm not a victim. We all have a choice. Let's continue.
Us. They always make all these predictions. They control the media to tell us.
I'm sorry, who is they?
That we're in a recession, and yet somehow they always get rich. The people who are in a recession are us, and it's manufactured by them. So we're not in a recession. They just are holding on to all the money.
You don't know how bad I want to scream into this mic, but look, if I scream into it, you can probably be like, yo, let me take my headphones off, man. This dude yelling, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, when you start hearing yourself in your brain come up with these excuses, oh, they're doing this to me. They're doing this to me. Understand that you will never get what you want as long as you keep saying they. Why? Because you're always projecting responsibility on the person that you can't control. You can't control me. You can't control me. I can't control you. So why do we look at other people in our lives and give them the responsibility? Here, you hold the remote to my life. Have you ever sat on a couch with your sibling or with your friends and you watching maybe your parents and you or somebody that you love, right? And you're chilling, you're watching TV and somebody goes and changes the channel. And you're like, yo, I was just watching that channel. Like, change it back. You got offended or you got confused or frustrated because somebody changed and had control over what you were watching, over what you were a part of. We get offended when other people do that. When we watch TV or watch Netflix, but we don't get offended when we give the remote to other people with our lives and you have control over your money and you're talking about they make it bad. They're holding on to the money. No, you're not learning how to invest your money and grow it. Because for every game, there is a winner and there's a loser. You decide. You have the power if you're going to be the winner or if you're going to choose to be the loser by ignoring a recession. Oh, a recession is not happening. A recession is not happening. You're just trying to stand on the sideline. You're a cheerleader. You're just standing on the sideline. You're not participating. You're on the bench. Or if you say it's a recession and you're like, well, they're causing a recession. You understand that people make the most amount of money in a recession? You understand that, right? When the market dips, when the economy dips, you're making the most amount of money. The people who have a wealthy mindset, the people who have a wealthy mindset, not the people who have a poor mindset, they're making a substantial amount of money. Why? Because people are afraid. Why? Because wealthy people think of value, not income. Okay? They know the income is going to come as long as they have the value. You create value in the market, you make the money. Clear as day. You know, a couple years ago when they said, oh, there's a shortage on toilet paper. The toilet paper didn't really make more toilet paper. It just happened that the news said, oh, there's a shortage on toilet paper, and everybody started buying it. Why? Because there was more value for toilet paper, because the scarcity of toilet paper went up because they said it was a limited supply. They're almost out of toilet paper. The grocery stores, the shelves are empty. And so you had the urge, oh my gosh, I gotta get toilet paper. Why? Not because toilet paper actually gave you more value, but the perspective. I was tripping right there. That's the caffeine. The perspective value of toilet paper went up because someone said there was a shortage. And so you thought that you needed more of it because there was a shorter supply of it. The truth is, though, if you always think about who is controlling the economy, you're not giving yourself the power to control your own economy.
Why are they holding on to all the money? Because they want to make big purchases of our things.
I'm sorry, what things are you what things is she talking about? What things is somebody going to take from you by saving up their money? What?
What they do is make money seem very valuable so that we'll sell the very real assets that we have, the property we own, the land we're working on. We'll sell it so that we can have money, which we know is worthless. So what if this time we didn't sell our things? I know. How are we going to afford to live? Believe it or not, we've been in a recession this whole time, and you're managing to live. Is it comfortable? No. But adjust. Change things. It's doable. Is it hard? Yes. Does it require more time and planning? Yes. But we have got to hold on.
I don't think she knows what the hell she's talking about. I'm not going to lie. We need to change things. What does that mean, Kobe Bryant? if you know what that Kanye video is. Like, what does that mean, bro? Like, change things. It's not enough to just say you're going to change. If I wanted to lose weight and if I needed to go to the gym and I walked into the gym and they was like, hey, so what are your goals? Oh, I just want to change. Change what? Change your shoes, change your clothes, lose weight, gain weight. What you want to do? Change your cardio, run 5 miles in a shorter amount of time? What do you want to do? I just want to change. That ain't enough. That's not enough. You need to change the way you look at money. That's what I'm hoping she's going to say.
To our things. We cannot let them do what they always do.
Hold on to your things. What?
Us so desperate for cash that we sell the real things that actually have value.
You're desperate for cash because you look at cash as a time thing and not a value thing. You look at it like, well, if something costs $200 and I make $20 an hour, then that costs me 10 hours of my time, 10 hours of my life that I never get back. And so something that's $200, you're like, oh, well, that's expensive. But if I told you that something costs $200, but it would help you make $1,000, you look at it completely different because you know that there's a bigger payout, especially if I say you can make it in a shorter amount of time than 10 hours. Doesn't that make you think? So at the end of the day, holding on to your things is not going to save you. I have been told multiple times over and over, I spent over $17,000 on mentorships. Okay. Investing into myself. I didn't just pop up on camera and just start creating videos. I used to be very nervous in front of the camera. It took a lot of time and mentorship in order for me to do what I do now. I say all that to say, I wouldn't have been there. Thank God I'm here, but I wouldn't have been there if I didn't invest into myself, if I didn't let go of things, what I'm talking about is money. Okay? Because what things does somebody really want to buy from you in your house, in your apartment? Like, what is she talking about, man?
To people who don't have anything of value except for cash.
Your time is your most valuable asset. Your cash is worth nothing. It's worth nothing if you don't allow it to grow. If you're just going to spend it on things that don't bring you a return, you're wasting it.
They have no talents. They have nothing. Like, these are just people. Now I know what you're thinking.
All right, I'm done listening to her video. She just said that people don't have talents. Even if you don't have a talent, you have knowledge. And if you have a job, which all of you do who watch my videos, because, you know, if you ain't got no job, you need to be working, man. But listen, you have knowledge that gives you, or you have experience or knowledge that automatically gives you paid at a job. You just need to know how to leverage it. You got to get out the rat race. Let's go. Video number 3. Surviving in this economy is tough. Now, this one is going to be good because I've seen her videos and she was an entrepreneur for, like, I think Turo, or had rental cars or something like that. So this is going to be really interesting to listen to.
So this is not to be pessimistic. I'm just a realist. But do not feel bad for doing what you have to do in this economy. I've been seeing people post about how they had to give up their new car, or how they had to go back to a 9-to-5 after doing entrepreneurship, move back in with their parents. And I know that it sucks. I just wanted to stress to you that it's not your fault. It's really the economy. As a millennial who lived through pre-pandemic and then now, it was totally different. Yes, I was able to pay off my car, but my car note was $300 a month. It was only $16,000 for a brand new car at that time. You can't find a brand new car for that price anywhere.
All right, so I'm not going to talk about prices and complain about that. I don't like complaining, if you haven't been able to tell by now. But I will agree with her that lowering your living expenses is so important. I did that. Like, I'm being transparent with y'all, right? I shut down my business for that I had 2 businesses. I had an online fitness business and I had an online business where I was like teaching people how to sell their own knowledge into an info product. Like, I still have that business and I run it now. That's what you see at the bottom of the screen. But I shut it down because I was just running on Instagram. Excuse me. And Instagram was just like, it was a huge ass hassle for me. And so what I had to realize is, going on YouTube with an audience of people who actually listen to longer videos is way better in ROI, like return on my investment, especially in time and creating content. So long story short, I took a huge income dip when I cut off all of my income streams from Instagram. All right, call me crazy, but I know what I'm doing when I start a business, at least in the info product world, where I share my knowledge and give and create an offer to other people who want to learn how to do a certain specific job and get paid. So all I'm saying is, I don't have a car note. I don't, I moved out of my apartment. I moved back in with my parents to get my money up, to invest it into assets, to invest it into stocks, okay? To invest really heavy into my business. Like, my business, I'm investing like a good amount. I'm investing a good amount into my business to do what I do now and to serve my clients at the highest level. So yes, it is perfectly fine to have to decrease your living expenses. But if you're not going to use your money, your income, and own an asset, something that makes you more money without trading your time for it, then that's where the problem comes in. Because yeah, your bills aren't that high. Yeah, you might not have a car note. Yeah, you might pay off your house. Yeah, you might pay off your car. But if you're not using that income that you have now back in your pockets in a wise way for you to earn more income, then what are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? And if you're saving it, then that's a bigger problem too, because it's just like, you just gonna spend it. You gotta have a plan. You gotta invest. That's why I believe in mentorship so much, because they tell you the roadmap off of what to do, what to invest in. You know, let's continue.
Too, when I was paying rent, it was $800 back in 2017, 2018. And that was for a 3-bedroom. That same apartment right now is $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom. House prices, I could literally write an essay. I could write a book. The interest rates, of course, were way lower, but the house prices were not crazy. I bought my house for $165,000. The houses in my neighborhood right now are going for almost.
I just want to share this too. Maybe you disagree with it. Let me know in the comment section down below, but I am not looking to be no homeowner and live in the house. Like, when it's time for me to own a home, I'm going to be renting it out. Like, I'm not a big advocate of bringing on interest and asking the bank for a loan and this, that, and the third. Like, let's be honest here. Most people either pay a mortgage or they pay rent. Most people haven't paid off their house. And yeah, if you rent, you'll never own. But honestly, I don't care, because I'll look at something that costs a certain amount and I look at that in offers. Oh, so that rent is like $2,000 a month. Okay, what can I do outside of my job that creates $2,000 a month? What can I sell? What can I offer? Who can I help? Who has the money to pay me so I could help them with their problem, with their pain, get them a solution, get them an outcome off of my own experience, and I earn $2,000 to pay my rent? And how can I leverage that? So it's very important for you to understand that, yeah, prices are going up. Yeah, there's certain things that you may look at and may be like, wow, back then it used to be this much. Okay, great. And like, there's nothing you can do to stop it. So you might as well take advantage of what we have now. And use your phone and your laptop to make money online. I'm not talking about no crypto or no Shopify. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the knowledge you already got. You're already halfway there if you already got a job in something that you're knowledgeable in or experienced in. If you're an engineer, if you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, if you're a medical scribe, if you're a nurse, if you're a consultant, if you're a lawyer, if you're a personal trainer, okay? I was knowledgeable, and I still am, in computer science. I'm knowledgeable in fitness. I'm knowledgeable in business. So I use my information and my experience that I have, and I use it and leverage it. And I tell other people, hey, if you're having this problem, I know how to solve it for you. Therefore, now they pay me. They'll pay you for your experience too. And guess what? You're not trading your time for money. You're making a lot of money in a short amount of time. And that $2,000 rent or whatever you're paying for or looking at it as a price, you're not looking at it as, oh man, that's a lot of money. I really believe that each of us have something that we can leverage. Now, not everybody is going to do it. Everybody who watches YouTube video ain't going to do it, of course, because you got people who are going to procrastinate. I'll think about it. Let them think about it. We going to make the money. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to make money. It's not hard to create an offer that people value, that are going to pay for. Clear example. This is not even an offer. It's like a status symbol. But when women buy purses and stuff and it'd be like hundreds or thousands of dollars and stuff, man, it's made out of material, sure, but really they're paying for the status. When you see a luxury car, people are paying for the status, not to get from point A to point B quicker. They're paying for the status of what they look like when other people look at them, and they pay a lot more. So you're telling me car dealerships, purse companies, and all these companies out here that leverage status and how people view them, you're telling me you can't do that for yourself? You telling me that people wouldn't want to pay to be able to lose weight a lot quicker than learning by themselves? You're telling me that people, like, whatever problem that you have had in your life that you're knowledgeable in, that you can show other people, you're telling me that it's hard to create something that people want to pay for, that makes you more money in a short amount of time, and you see it all around you? That's what she's complaining about. Oh, the rent is going up. Why? Because people are leveraging luxury apartments. People are leveraging the economy and inflation. They know the value of the dollar is going down, so they raise their prices. Why aren't you doing that for yourself with your own knowledge? You know the value of the dollar is going down, so why don't you make yourself more valuable by spreading yourself out in more areas? By creating content that solves a problem for people, that makes people want to say, if they help me out this much, then I wonder how much help I can get if I actually pay them. All right, we're going to end it on that note. We're not going to watch any more people complain about this economy. We're not going to complain anymore about why the prices are going up. We're going to tell ourselves, you know what? If the prices are going up, my price is going up too. All right. Anyways, I'll see you in the next YouTube video. I'm out. Peace.